Alright, so coming out today, I'm gonna be getting some work done with the Elko, but first I'm gonna have a little fun with my other expensive hobbies. So we'll do a little bit of shooting and then I'll come back and get started on the Elko because of all these packages. I'm still waiting on, I believe, 2 more. Still waiting on a carpet kit, and I need to order sound deadening. But I finally got around to ordering a new headliner for it. I've had the car for what, 12, 13 years now, no headliner in it. So got the ABS plastic molded one. So I might stop by and get some headliner material on my way back. Have some seat mounts from eBay. Same ones I'm running the Monty, so should be good. Inner seat brackets, I know I already have some in there because it was a bench seat, or yeah, it was a bench seat, a full bench, not the 60-40 split. And have buckets in there now, so I need to swap those out. They might be in the wrong spot. With how I have the seats mounted in the Elko now, it's embarrassing. It is embarrassing. Kind of embarrassed to show you guys once I do take it out, so I might just pull them and leave it at that. But they've been in there for a while before I knew what I was doing. I still don't know what I'm doing, but I know a little bit more. So yeah, I have the seat brackets, then the tracks, so I can put them on some sliders because right now they're just stationary for my height. And I believe those are the seat belts. So I have a video I already did on the Jag seat belts in here. It's a universal one, so I know I have to open up the holes a little bit when I get to it. But I'm getting rid of the harness, which is pretty much for looks. How that's mounted too is sketchy, so need to get all that stuff out of there. So I'll keep the seats that are in there for now. Eventually I might swap them out to something similar to the Monty, just not in white. But yeah, that's the plan. So I'll go over why I'm getting started on the interior also. But let me stop talking and hit the road because it's time to get some dust off of these things and have a little bit of fun. I have a match coming up later this month, so it'll be my first time doing any type of competitive shooting. And I want to say 2 years. It might be a little bit longer than that, but got expensive hobbies. Cars, bikes, and guns, so got to stay working to pay for the toys and pay for the fun, but might as well have fun while you're doing it. Alright, so just getting back home, and I'll open up those boxes here in a little bit. But the reason I decided to get the sliders and everything for the Elko, I was teaching my niece how to drive on the Camaro, and if I'm going to teach them how to drive, it's going to be on their manual. So I was like, you know what? If I'm going to teach them, it's going to be on a manual. And the manual in the Camaro is a lot more expensive than the manual in the Elko, or at least the clutch. So with these not being on sliders and everything, I figured throw them on some sliders. We could move the seat up a little bit and I could teach her how to drive the Elko. This one might be a little bit more forgiving versus the Monty, but it'll still be fun. And I've been wanting to get the interior right in here for a while, so I'll get rid of these. Like I said, these are just mounted up. It's pretty bad. I know it. I know I'm gonna have some people in the comments like, man, it was rigged up. So there's a bar back in here. I think I just have it drilled through and ran a bolt through, so really not too secure. And the seats, I got these L brackets. Well, I thought it was actually worse than that, but it's not. So the seat mounts aren't too bad. I think I got those off of Jags maybe. It's like just 290-degree L brackets with some holes in it. But the seat mount kind of, I'll get it off and show you guys, but it's pretty bad. And then the welds on the inner seat mounts, I just had a flux core welder at the time, so those aren't the best welds either. But eventually, I'm gonna get the harnesses out of here, get some actual seat brackets on it. I have a carpet kit coming, so right now this is just like carpet you find at Lowe's or Home Depot. So I'm gonna get this stuff out of here, weld this plate in so I could close this gap where the original 3-speed manual was. So get that welded up and covered up, and then I might clean up the welds on, or the cut on here also, and get actual shifter boot, so I'm not looking at the ground when I'm driving. So yeah, I cut some corners on this, let's just say that. And then obviously the headliner, I have all the trim pieces, which now they're looking like they could use a fresh coat of paint on them, so repaint all the trim pieces, get the multi-switch wired up for the turn signals, the headlights and everything, get that wired up from Snake Eater Performance. I know it's been a while. Same thing with the windshield wipers. It's off right now, that's why the wipers are about halfway. So we'll get that all buttoned up, get this dash bezel or insert, get that actually secured, so not worrying about that falling down. Probably re-glue that or clean it up and paint it. So yeah, we have some stuff to get finished or redone in the Elko, and then eventually I'll order the rear curtain for the smuggler's box. But yeah, that's kind of the reason why I'm getting back on it, and feel like I need to put these on some sliders, is so I'm not tearing up the clutch in the Camaro. I'm trying to teach my niece how to drive. Yeah, it's been sitting outside for, I'd say, a few months since the PT's been inside, and no battery tender or anything. Fires right up, 14 volts on the battery, so we're good to go. Now I just need to pull it up a little bit so it doesn't roll back into the Camaro. Alright. But yeah, I just wanted to give a little start on that. So quick rundown of the Elko if you are new to the channel. It's a LS swapped or 5.3 truck motor with a T5 manual transmission. Yeah, it's just been piecing it together here and there. It's been my long-term project, but yeah, it's about time to finally get it looking right. So I know it's gonna be a long, drawn-out video. A lot of people aren't gonna watch this long, but let me open up the boxes, and I might work on removing the seats and getting the carpet out. But I think, since that wasn't a molded carpet, I think I did glue it down. So it might be a pain to get all that carpet up. I am going to order some sound deadening, so might as well measure for that, see how much I might need, and order some of that off Amazon real quick. And once the carpet comes in, I'll be able to replace that. Alright, so the seats and the harnesses are out. Need to get this old carpet out, and it's just a little discolored right there. It was a little damp when I picked up the floor mat, so what I'm thinking is the AC delete plate has a big hole in it where the wires are going through and no firewall pass through, so might be ordering a new AC delete plate and having to run the wires again. Hopefully that water's not staying too much. Hopefully it's just damp and no rust repairs needed in that area, but I will take a look at it and treat it before I put the sound deadening down. But yeah, next thing to do, it will be to get the carpet out and then start assembling everything. So I might split this up in 2 different videos. One just pulling everything, and then the next one I'll go over installing the sliders, installing the seat brackets, and installing the seats. And hopefully, let's see if we're going to need to break out the welder for those inner seat mounts or not. I don't believe, I think these are both the same. So let's see how close I was the first time around. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Make sure they're the right way, because these outside ones should line up no problem. Alright, let's see. Supposed to go. Alright, so I think they're supposed to go about like that. So that means these inner seat mounts are off on this side. So definitely have to cut those out, re-weld them up. Let's check the passenger side. I did this a while ago. I was just guesstimating, so nothing's perfect. But with that side being off, these are probably off too. But you live and you learn. So let's see. The outer one should line up just right. And of course the inner ones are off on this side too, so yeah, that's why I'll probably, or not probably, definitely switch this up in 2 different videos. This first one pretty much pulling everything out. The second one be putting the seats on the sliders, welding in the inner seat mounts, and get everything back together. Hopefully by the time I'm ready to do all that, the carpet comes in, and I need to get around to ordering that sound deadening. So yeah, but I need to weld them in first before I put the sound deadening down, so have a little bit of time. Hopefully I can finish this up within a week. Hopefully all the materials come in, finish up in a week, weld the old hole up for the old gear shifter, and just get the interior of the Elko squared away. I'll probably, like I said, repaint all these trim pieces. Actually I have a whole nother set, but they both need to be painted. So do that. Probably redo the doors also, and then I keep looking at it. I keep wanting to repaint it, mostly because of my little accident last year with the rear sway bar link. So mostly because of that, but we'll see. It probably will get repainted sometime in the near future. Might even do the hood same color, get rid of the two-tone, but we'll see about that. I know this door would need a lot of body work if I did that. Pretty much body work on the whole thing, because it's not a show car, it's just a little fun project car. And then if I do repaint it, I'll do the jambs also. And I know I need the new window sills, so this might get pricey. This might get expensive. But yeah, we'll just take it day by day. And since I'm doing the Jags seat belts, I won't be needing the seatbelt retractors. I know I have a set of them back there, so might be selling those here in a little bit. or giving them to Buddy. I know he's been looking for some, so hit him up, see if he still needs them. But yeah, we're making some progress on the Elko. Alright, so got the carpet out, and I'm not liking what I found underneath. Might turn into a little bit bigger project than I thought. We'll hit it with the wire wheel to find out, but that's not looking too good. A little bit over here, a little bit up there, so we'll see how much is surface and how much is rusted through. But all right, so after finding that, did break out the wire wheel for a little bit and hit some of the places I thought were going to be bad, and luckily might not have done the best job with the inner seat mounts and brackets for the seats, which I'll show you guys those here in a second. So yeah, those seat brackets, and then just some metal bar to make a bracket for the seats to brace or to bolt into the brackets. So it's not the best. Probably shouldn't have done that, but it happened. This one's even worse. This one's just some L brackets from the store. Those I think I got off Jags or someplace. But yeah, it was rigged up. But yeah, like I was saying, some of the spots I thought were gonna be some rust, pretty much just surface. So hit those with the wire wheel, and those all cleaned up. Luckily, before I did the carpet in it, I did paint it, so that might have saved it a little bit. It's definitely time, or definitely gonna need to clean this up. So I'll probably wire wheel the whole floor, recoat it, and then put the sound deadening, then the carpet back on it. But that's after welding in the new inner seat mounts and then the plate to cover up the old shifter hole. So yeah, that's got lucky with that one. No floor repair. So yeah, but that sun's going down. So once that goes down, it's about to get cold. So I'm gonna clean up all this stuff, get inside the garage, and then probably come out tomorrow morning, knock out a little bit with the floor. I might have, that's probably all dried up, but with this one, when I first got it, I cleaned up the floor, wire wheeled it, sanded it down, and did the Rust-Oleum enamel on the floor. So I might do the same thing on here. The can's like $10. Just brush it on and call it good. Add that layer of protection back to it, and then just wait for the sound deadening to come in. But I'm gonna call it a night, or I'm gonna call it a day for that. Let me get all this stuff back inside, and then I'll cut you guys back on tomorrow.